नमस्कार, इन गोवाच्या विशेष कार्यक्रमात आपलं स्वागत। जिद्द आणि चिकाटीच्या बळावर कोणतीही गोष्ट साध्य होऊ शकते याची अनेक उदाहरणं आपण ऐकली असतील। असंच एक उदाहरण आम्ही तुमच्या समोर घेऊन आलेलो आहोत। आपल्या बरोबर आहेत निखिल शशिधरन, ज्यांनी गोवा ते कोची हा 800 किलोमीटरचा प्रवास सायकलने केलेला आहे। हा प्रवास त्यांनी सायकलने का केला, त्याच्या मागचा हेतू काय होता आणि ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी करण्यासाठी त्यांना काय काय परिश्रम घ्यावे लागले, हे सगळ्या गोष्टी आपण जाणून घेणार आहोत। निखिल बद्दल जर सांगायचं झालं तर ते स्वतः एक हॉटेलियर आहेत, गोव्यात ते स्थायिक आहेत आणि त्या सगळ्या गोष्टींमधून वेळ काढत ते अशा समाजसेवेसाठी सुद्धा वेळ देतात। एखादा समाजसेवक जेव्हा समाजसेवा करतो तेव्हा आपल्याला ते कॉमन वाटतं, पण एक अशी व्यक्ती ज्याला स्पोर्ट्सची पार्श्वभूमी आहे, अशी व्यक्ती जेव्हा समाजकार्यामध्ये हातभार लावते तेव्हा त्याला एक वेगळं महत्त्व प्राप्त होते। याच गोष्टीसाठी आम्ही मुद्दामहून निखिल शशिधरन यांना आमच्या स्टुडिओमध्ये बोलवलेलं आहे। सो आम्ही त्यांच्याशी बातचीत करणार आहोत। निखिल, वेलकम आपका।
थैंक यू सो मच।
पहले बताओ कि आपकी ये पैशन जो है साइकिलिंग की, ये किस तरह से स्टार्ट हुई?
It's not started with cycling. So I started in 2013, which I started with running. When I was in Delhi, one of my boss has introduced me to running. So I started running marathons, and from there I became little, fitness enthusiast. And from there, when I shifted from running to then swimming and cycling, and now I'm doing all together, like running, swimming, cycling, and little bit of gymming also. So after I came to Goa, I learned how to swim better. So just because of this friend circle.
Goa indirectly inspired you?
If you ask me honestly, from running to becoming a swimmer or a cyclist, definitely Goa has a big role in it.
So what made you to cover 800 kilometers on cycle? What was the aim behind it?
Okay, so the aim, of course, all of us are aware about the disaster happened in Kerala recently. A month back, we had just completed a month, and still people are struggling there. So of course, I was not there in my hometown. My hometown was a safe zone. When people were shifted from this affected areas to my place, I mean, I stay in Trivandrum. Trivandrum was one of the safest zone in Kerala during this disaster period. And so many relief camps were there. Even my parents were also actively participating in the relief activities. So I was sitting here, and of course, whatever help we were able to do from outside state, we were doing it. What happened, all of a sudden there was some fake news passing around saying like Kerala is a rich state. I don't know what's background to it, but of course it's a rich state, and we don't.
Politicians said same thing Kerala is the richest place of the
so everywhere this went viral, and even I see, if you look at my friend circle, I have only 20% of people are from Kerala. Rest 80% are from outside Kerala. So I am people I'm in constant touch with others outside Kerala. So people started commenting commenting in terms of they were a little worried about giving money to Kerala or supporting Kerala, but it was not the truth. Like I was there 2 weeks back for this relief activities, and still waterloggings are there in the places, and people are still struggling. People are looking for help. So now these days there is nothing in any media saying or any what is the issue happening there. So now this is something which is again not right.
That fake news has made you to come out and tell that.
I was trying my bit. I was trying my bit to expose it, or to try to push it as much as possible.
Were there any people whom you met and they just said why you are doing this?
It's not like that. People are not that cruel. I mean, people are definitely supportive. Especially my friend circle and the people known to me were really supporting me to doing this as starting as doing this activity. So when I was approaching, or whenever I was discussing with my friends, people were saying like this is something which is like, I also got a couple of video clips, or sorry, audio clips, and all saying like, Kerala is again a richer state, they don't need support, why are you doing it, the money will go to, and even the CM's fund, the money going to CM's fund will also not be utilized properly. So I did not find it right, which is not, of course. So that is the reason I took it up, and what I did exactly was I was promoting the CM's fund. Initially, when I started it, I was promoting the CM's fund. I was requesting people to deposit or contribute to CM's fund as much as possible. That is how I started it. But later, after a couple of,
it was not just collecting.
No, I was
fund.
not. No,
it was equally awareness
True.
between the people.
True. So I was not, and I didn't want to collect money and go and do any activities. I was not in a position to do that. So that's why I was pushing it. But later, after starting this activity, what happened? People started approaching me and said like, brother, we'll do one thing. We'll get you some money. So you go there. Since you're going there, you do it. So I thought like, okay, let the money come in. So then I also agreed to my people who was approaching me. Then I got somewhere around 30,000 rupees, and I took that, as a cash. So that was the initial cash which I got. So the total was somewhere around 40,000 as cash which I got. So out of that I spent 30,000 in Kerala. We went there, we bought the relief materials. So what we did, we purchased things wholesale, and we went to a place where we can sit and put that in separate packets. Then distributed.
What was the total contribution you had?
Total as of now, it has reached somewhere around 1.5 lakh. So that is, it's not the cash, I'm saying including the money transferred to the
alone collecting so much, it itself is an achievement.
It's again, let me make this point very clear, like it was not me did alone. I would like to see it as a team, because as Paulo Coelho said, the universe stood with me to achieve my target. So that is what happened. Even my people were there to help me. It was like when we had this passion of going around and doing different things, but my team also came to me, when my friends especially. So they came to me when we were having all this discussion, and the thought came from the team. It's not I came up with the thing, and they were also saying like supportive.
So टीम वर्कला पण त्यांनी महत्त्व दिलेलं आहे. जवळजवळ 1 लाखाचे निधी त्यांनी या प्रवासामध्ये जमा केलेला आहे, आणि त्याचबरोबर त्यांनी जे गैरसमज पसरवले गेले होते या दरम्यानच्या काळात, तेही कुठेतरी गैरसमज दूर करण्याचाही त्यांनी प्रयत्न केलेला आहे. वेळ झालेली आहे एका छोट्याशा ब्रेकची. ब्रेक नंतर आम्ही त्यांच्याशी अजूनही बातचीत करणार आहोत. कुठेही जाऊ नका, पाहत रहा इन गोवा 24 तास. शशिधरन, ज्यांनी गोवा ते कोची हा 800 किलोमीटरचा प्रवास केरळ रिलीफ फंड साठी सुरू केला, आणि तो यशस्वीरित्या त्यांनी पार पडला. जवळजवळ 1 लाखाचे निधी त्यांनी गोळा करून केरळसाठी दान केलेला आहे. गोवा ते केरळ हा संपूर्ण प्रवास त्यांचा कसा होता ते आपण जाणून घेऊया. डे 1 पासून त्यांनी कशी सुरुवात केली आणि कशा पद्धतीने त्यांनी मेंटल आणि फिजिकल प्रिपरेशन्स केले, ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी आपण जाणून घेणार आहोत. ये साइकिलिंग ही आपने फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सिलेक्ट क्यों किया, साइकिल एज अ सोर्स?
I would have gone by running also, but it will take time. See, I'm working for a company, and of course I have responsibilities, family, the personal responsibilities, and family, and my official responsibilities. So I managed. I would have, if I would have gone running.
So
Then
was it your first
the
time?
timing.
The long distance was
Cycling,
first time?
of
Yeah.
course, it was first time, and the maximum ever I did was 150 kilometers one day. So that was like, that was the first, the only, like, you know, that was one day, and this was continuously, we were doing like 200 kilometers for
day.
4 days.
4 days.
I mean 200 kilometers per day for 4 days. So
Okay.
that was like something, you know, I was also not, like when I took it, when we are nearing to the date, I was also thinking like, ho payega ya nahi, ho payega. So
But
then it
did
was,
you
of course.
planned anything? Because 800 kilometers, it's not a joke. By bike you can go, yes, but by cycling there are slopes, there are hills. Then again, how did you manage?
So the
it?
plan was to cover in 4 days, but I managed to do it only in 4.5 days. So this was like, when the day we started, the plan was to cover 200 kilometers. The first day I did around 171 kilometers, and then next day we did 210 kilometers, but unfortunately the third day I managed to do only 130 kilometers. So then the target was to complete like 289 kilometers, somewhere around 290 kilometers to complete 800. So the last day I tried my best, and we managed to cover 230 kilometers, and the balance we covered in the fifth day.
Schedule used to start? What time you used to wake up and?
Okay, so when we started it, everybody advised, and even I also had the plan of starting early morning and doing it till 10 o'clock, then take a break, then do it in the evening 3 to night. So, but somewhere I was not able to get up in the morning after doing it. So the first day I finished, we reached, we stayed in Kumta.
You started at?
At around 7 o'clock from fitness bar and gym.
Okay.
So they were, of course, they were, you know, I go there for my gymming thing. So, but they were supporting me for this activity. Philip, who is the, you know, main person behind fitness bar. So he was helping in terms of, you know, the advice and everything, even the protein bars and all they were giving me. So we started from there. We got a good flag off. So I gone ahead. I mean, the Goa cycling team was there with me, the 4-5 people. So I started from there. Then by evening, night, I reached Kumta. So there was a support car coming with me. 2 of my colleagues were, I mean, my friends were there with me. So they were giving me support. And we reached Kumta. That was somewhere around 170 kilometers, 171. And we stayed in one hotel there. Then the next day morning, so that's what I said, you know, the next day morning plan was to get up by 3 o'clock. So these guys came like, Nikhil, get up. I was like, nobody, I will, so let me sleep for some more time. And we started at, next day we started somewhere like 7:30, 8 o'clock. So then.
How you used to approach to people, like how they reacted to it?
I mean,
when they got to know your cause.
Okay, so this was, we were not doing much advertisement or anything about it on the way, but only the thing, like, you know, of course people will notice when a support car with a spare cycle behind and somebody is cycling, and we just put a small A4 paper in the backside saying like, do for Kerala. So of course people started noticing it, and since people were aware about this flood and things happened, and more or less the message was covered and everyone was supporting. And at times people used to do, you know, chase me in a bike or cycle and ask like, can I get something for you, can I get this juice? Well, it was so touching, it was really touching, and I also, like, you know, was emotional. Then I need to add few more things. Let me just tell you how the team which I was mentioning about was a part of it. So why I called it as a team. The team is not like it was one people, you know, like everybody was together. It was like people from many other locations, and they were not knowing to each other, and they were helping me. So that's why I called them as a team. Maybe they won't be knowing each other. When I said this, I have a friend who is running Pro Bikers in Chennai. So Pro Bikers is a venture of Balaji Cycles, Mr. Suresh. So he saw this. He's one of the, you know, biggest man in the cycling field in India. So he just approached me and he said like, what can I do for you? I said like, sir, the thing is that I have a cycle. I have a hybrid cycle. And how are you going how are you going to do this? I said, like, I have a hybrid. What are you saying? How will you do it? You should take a road bike. I said like, road bike is, of course, it's a expensive thing. No, let me get back to you. In 5 minutes he called me back and he said like, do one thing. I have a friend there, Octavio, who is from Porvorim, Mapsa. So this is his number. Call him and he will do the needful. So I just called him. Octavio was a very nice guy. Like, he was like, he called me to his home. And he and his wife made me sit there and we started talking and he gave me a road bike. Like, he said like, you're using that. It's about a lakh rupee cycle. And he just gave it to me just because of the relationship which he has with Suresh. And of course Suresh, and I was like, wondering, yeah, what's happening? That's again, the universe is standing with me. So then I started from there, and my people, so they, again, 2 people of my team, they came with me, my friends came with me. So they were also same thing, said, we will come, well, let's go. We will come with you. We'll take leave and we will come with you and we'll get a car. So they were coming. So then this Goa cycle team came, so Cycling Goa, they came and they said like, chalo, we will do the flag off with fitness bar, and that happened. And we started the journey. Throughout the journey, all of them were like so concerned.
You were not expecting such a
no,
huge
I was not.
From everyone.
No, I was thinking like, it was much easier than I expected, because I was planning to do it in a hybrid cycle without any support, which was, of course, it was a crazy thought. Even people were like, when I started itself, people were thinking, asking me like, are you sure you know what are you going to do? I said like, now I can make it out. So
Okay.
that's
Yes.
how it was.
We'll take a short break and
No
we'll
issue.
continue with it. आपण एक छोटासा ब्रेक घेऊया आणि निखिलकडे बोलताना भरपूर ज्या गोष्टी आपल्याला कळतात की तुम्ही जर कोणतं चांगलं कार्य करायला जात असाल तर निश्चितच आजूबाजूची जी शक्ती असते किंवा जे लोक असतात ते तुम्हाला नक्कीच मदत करायला येते. निखिलने ते अनुभवलेलं आहे. तुम्ही पण तुमच्या परीने जर समाजात काहीतरी बदल घडवायचा असेल तर एक पाऊल उचललं पाहिजे आणि नक्कीच तुम्हाला सगळेजण मदत करतील. हे मी निश्चितपणे सांगू शकते. वेळ झालेली आहे एका ब्रेकची. कुठेही जाऊ नका, पाहत राहा इन गोवा 24 तास. ब्रेक नंतर आपलं पुन्हा एकदा स्वागत. आपल्या बरोबर आहेत निखिल शशिधरन. त्यांची एक पॅशन आहे, एक फिटनेस फ्रेक आहे, स्पोर्ट्स एंथुझिएस्ट आहेत, सायकलिंग करतात, स्विमिंग करतात, रनिंग करतात, मॅरेथॉन करतात. ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टींमध्ये ते इन्वॉल्व आहेत. शुरू करने से पहले मैं आप बिजी रहते हो लेकिन फिर भी अपने लिए आप थोड़ा सा वक्त निकालते हो. यूजुअली एक मिथ होता है कि नहीं मैं काम करता हूँ, मुझे टाइम नहीं मिलता, बट यू स्टिल do it for yourself, I would say. How do you manage?
Okay, I got to correct you here. I am not doing it for myself. It is just that I started, of course I started, and for couple of years I was doing it for myself. Then later I started thinking this way, that people are looking at me. And at some point I thought like, I'm still thinking like, if I take a step back, if I don't do it, people around me might also like, which I don't want. Let people, it is good when you know that because of your activities or because of your interest, others also like getting that interest and they are going. At least one person, if I'm able to, it's not about inspiring. I'm nobody to inspire anyone, but keep pushing somebody, and somebody is getting a better lifestyle. That is, of course, families. Connected to it, and I'm helping somebody, or I'm pushing somebody to have a healthy lifestyle. That means I'm helping his family to have a good life, isn't it? So
it is not about an individual.
It is not about I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for others in terms of keeping everybody going, and it will help them having a healthy lifestyle, so that their families will be happy.
But have you ever thought of giving up with fitness thing, like nahi yaar, matlab karna hi nahi hai?
Then I take a break. I don't want to. I don't want to quit. I take a break, then I again
I think
continue.
it is important to take a break.
And one more thing, let me tell you this. What happens? This is my personal opinion. Like once you are into one kind of sports, after some time you start thinking like, yeah, it's getting bored. So that's the reason I switch. So that's the reason I started swimming. Then I started cycling now, and the gymming also. Like these days, it's a passion. It was nowhere like I was not thinking like I should start building body and all. But now things are like it's something which is keeping me going, and everybody is not interested in running, right? So somebody will be interested in cycling. So I am pushing them also to do cycling. Like don't run, you do cycling. So that's the reason which I keep pushing.
There is one style of yours. I was going through your Facebook profile pictures. I've seen a proper traditional attire, and you're having a marathon in it.
It is again the same thing. I wanted to push people from south to running, because as what I'm seeing in north and other locations, the southern places like especially Kerala and even Tamil Nadu is also doing good, but Kerala is like little backward in terms of marathons. Like the marathon promotions were not happening there, or there are groups like Souls of Cochin and all are good groups, and there are good. I mean, even the Trivandrum Club also doing some activities, Trivandrum runners. So, but we need to push more. So, so I just wanted to. So I was wearing a lungi basically. So tying a lungi and doing a marathon. I just wanted to convey that it's as easy. It's not like you need a running attire. So I just wanted to. It was again a crazy thought. And these days I'm running in lungi only just to promote
just
that.
To say that yes,
I mean, maybe the culture. Yeah. Even so, I mean, even Goa marathon also I did in lungi last thing, and Mumbai marathon I did it before. And friends know, so they are like always Nikhil, what are you doing? Everyone wants to click pictures. I'm also liking that attention, and of course I wear a running shorts inside, but I don't want to take that risk. So that's how it is. Like as I said, I got a number of friends in Goa from this running community, and all of them are from different professions. But
So basically, a healthy lifestyle has changed entire your lifestyle. Towards your daily routine and all.
Yeah, of course. So I was such a lazy. I'm still a lazy guy, I would say. Like, but just because of this thing which is pushing me forward, that the core reason is that pushing others. So that is which is pushing me. So I was a lazy guy. So but now I'm still a lazy guy, but
okay, so,
but I try to manage.
Okay, so now you will continue with your marathon, but with the cycle, any more journeys, like long distance journey?
So this is now it's a thought, but I don't know when I'll be able to do it. But of course, I have a passion. I have a dream now to do is I was planning to do a K2K like Kashmir to Kanyakumari bike trip. So this was bike trip. It was my plan. Okay. So now I'm changing that to I'm taking that motor from the motorcycle and I'm doing it. I'm planning to do that's of course it's a dream. So I don't know when I'll be able to do it, but again the universe should stand with me, right?
And you have to take a step first, so definitely,
So my step I'm taking, but let's see how the universe can stand with me.
Definitely, the universe will help you.
My family is gonna kill me.
Okay, I just wanted to ask you about your family. How did they react? Because usually what happens, even if you are a grown-up child to your parents now, but they still have a fear in mind, like, "Arey, mera beta akele ja raha hai, cycle se ja raha hai." What was their reaction?
Up to an extent. Again, when it comes to since I'm doing it for a cause. If I was doing it just for fun, then then they would have killed me. So since it was for a cause, of course they were really supporting. Yeah, of course. they were like, you know, massive support they were giving. Even my family, my brother was doing the, you know, social media promotions and all. They were sitting at home and he was just keep on doing it, clicking photos. My friends were sending updates to him.
You haven't spoke about your wife, because we usually hear that behind every successful man there is a woman.
So there are two women, and I can say three women, three and 2.5 women.
Okay.
My mother, my wife, and I got a baby girl. She's just 10 months old now. So 2.5.
Okay.
Of course, wife is supporting me well. Of course, she has to sacrifice, right? So I get up in the morning, I go all around the world, running here and there, and she was pretty helpful.
She's okay with it.
Yeah, she was. Again, as I said, since it was for a cause, so she's okay with it.
सो हे होते निखिल शशिधरन, ज्यांनी एक कॉज घेऊन ते पुढे आले होते. पण ह्या इंटरव्ह्यू मधली सगळ्यात महत्त्वाची अशी गोष्ट होती जी त्यांनी हायलाइट केलेली आहे की कोणतेही कॉज जर समाजासाठी करायचं असेल तर एक पाऊल आपण घेणं गरजेचं आहे. अगदी गांधीने पण तेच सांगितलेलं आहे, शशिधरनला तो अनुभव आलेला आहे. सो आपणही असे चांगले चांगले काम करूया, चांगलं चांगलं कार्य करूया, पण त्याच्या आधी आपली लाईफस्टाईल बदलणं खूप महत्त्वाचं आहे. जसं निखिलने आपली लाईफस्टाईल बदललेली आहे, त्यामुळे ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी शक्य झालेल्या आहे. जसं त्यांनी सांगितलेलं आहे की तो लेझी होता पूर्वी, पण एकदा ह्या गोष्टी जेव्हा सुरू होतात, तुम्ही स्वतःची जेव्हा काळजी करायला लागतात, तेव्हाच तुम्ही इतरांची काळजी घेऊ शकता, हे त्यांनी आपल्याला सांगितलेलं आहे. सो हा होता निखिलचा एक अनोखा प्रवास गोवा ते कोची 800 किलोमीटरचा, जो एका कॉजसाठी होता. असेच आम्ही काही इंटरव्ह्यूज तुमच्या समोर घेऊन येणारच आहोत. तुम्ही इतर घडामोडींसाठी पाहत राहा इन गोवा 24 तास.